People used to tell me I'm the most hated man in Wisconsin, the walleye warrior.
And very quickly it escalated. The crowds not only were building, they were being very aggressive.
We knew the hate was there. You had to be an Indian to feel that. You come in and we speared to tell them that we didn't go away.
The DNR wants to ward off a problem before it's there to correct. Biologists say the number of large fish speared by the Indians must be watched.
State game wardens had enforced the laws against spearfishing for everyone, native and non-native.
I never had casting rods, fishing rods, or whatever you want to call them today. I never had them up until the last maybe 20 years. My rod was the spear, and that's how I took fish. Back in those times, we didn't have to worry about gunfire or people shooting at us.
Well, in 1983, the court ruled that the Ojibwe Nation had retained their reserved rights to hunt, fish, and gather off the reservation. A good portion of the people that were against treaty rights were against it because they didn't understand it. But there also was a significant amount of racism involved.
This is wrong, the way they've been spearing and wasting the natural resources.
That's why I put that same eye in, to ask the water spirits to take care of these people here. You know, take that hate away from them.
There were no state regulations then in place, and there were no tribal regulations. So we reached out to the tribes saying, let's sit down and negotiate agreements.
George was the boogeyman for Indian country. We didn't know none of those white people. We didn't know nothing about them.
The tribes who had never worked together on something like this got together, formed the Voigt Task Force.
That's really how the task force and the commission got started.
So then started the journey of negotiations. And negotiating was very frustrating. Of course, we were coming from totally different areas, cultures, if you will.
But yet we kept talking. We come to mutual agreements. We come to the fact that they understood that the treaty right does belong to us as Anishinaabe people.
We knew that it was going to be contentious on the boat landings. And very quickly it escalated. By mid-86 spearing season, the crowds not only were building, they were being very aggressive.
Hey, we didn't start nothing. You asking?
Right here is this.
We're gonna go right.
All of a sudden there was a fairly large crowd, probably about 50, 60 people, and they wanted to get at the spear fishermen whose boats were off this point. But everybody pitched in. There were probably 7 of us holding arms across this to keep the angry mob from getting at the tribal members.
Keep right on going.
News that came from this here particular area indicated that we scared them effing Indians off. They won't be back, don't worry about it.
Lac de Flambeau leader Tom Molson spoke to the tribes.
We are here as a peaceful demonstration tonight. Yeah. We were on that island right there. They wanted to kill us. We're back. Still do. There's no way that they'll do it again.
And when we came, we speared to tell them that we didn't go away. That those gigu, those fish that was here, was for everybody. That included us. So our people went out and speared one fish, come back, measured it, and went through the process that was agreed upon by the tribes in the states. And then the commotion took place. People walking out of their houses, screaming and hollering, giving you the finger and pushing, shoving, calling names, and raising their rifles up in the air. And I was thinking to myself, what the hell do we get ourselves into? What's going to happen? What's going on?
He was taking the heat for a lot of people. He was willing to say, come talk to me, kind of thing, or come yell at me.
You have to go out and slaughter all the lakes in the area to prove your heritage? Answer me then.
Luckily, no one got hurt, but we knew the hate was there. I'm not really comfortable here.
It's a beautiful area, but it brings back haunting memories. I know what happened here and could feel it come back.
We have to work hard to make sure that there's plenty of fish for all people.
There's only one way it works, and that's working together and putting the best minds to it and dedication to take the measures necessary to ensure that it's sustainable into the future.